Betty White seems to have outlasted the test of time in Hollywood and at 95 years old is still a viable and beloved star in Tinsel Town. It seems that her humor is the real secret to a happy and successful life, as it served her well. She's never been the most vocal about politics, as she's been wise enough to keep her presidential preferences to herself throughout the years. As a person in her public position, White has always cut to the chase, making her loved and respected among many. Now, we have some breaking news about this bright star, who at the ripe age of 95 surprised us all. Perhaps Betty White's secret to success that other stars should learn from was to be opinionated and witty without being divisive. She certainly mastered that skill throughout her career, but recently, something really disturbing has changed. We saw this in full effect when she was recently face-to-face with news anchor Katie Couric, who pulled her typical trick of trying to get the star to trash President Trump. Couric quickly realized she wasn't talking to the typical famous millennial idiot when White came back with an unexpected response to her bait, shocking viewers who thought they knew her. This feisty elderly actress answered with a really sad response to Couric's nasty, divisive questioning to set her up. What's even sadder is what and how the accomplished journalist said to the actress. Opposing Views reports, on her 95th birthday, Betty White spoke to Yahoo News' Katie Couric. In the interview, the pair covered a wide variety of topics. When asked about the current state of our country, White's comments surprised many. Video below. When the conversation turned to politics, it seemed as though Couric may have been looking for White's thoughts on President Trump. However, White stayed away from commenting specifically on the new president, and instead offered a positive take on things. The world is in a very interesting place right now, Couric said. What do you think about the state of our country and how divided it seems to be? White responded, it's very divided, and we're not in the best place we've ever been. I think that's the time to buckle down and really work positively as much as you can instead of just saying, this is terrible, he's terrible, apostrophe. She continued, just think, all right, there's nothing I can do about that right now, but I can do the best in my little circle, apostrophe. So if I do that, maybe you'll do your best and we'll get through this. White says she believes people should start thinking more positively because negativity leads to a toxic environment. So many people think negatively. It's like, oh, you know what I hate? Apostrophe instead of alright, I'll get through this, the 95-year-old said. Then all of a sudden you start lifting up a little bit. But if you start with you know what I hate, you're gonna go right down the tubes. She added, you've gotta get through it. And you can't change it, so let's just one foot in front of another and get through it. After an insanely long run on the much-loved sitcom Golden Girls and all these years, she's outlived her co-stars since the White wasn't ready to throw her entire career away, as so many others in Tinsel Town are quick to do to trash Trump. She's always maintained a non-partial attitude towards every presidency before Trump's, who she admitted was terrible, which wasn't a great thing to say. But she left her opinion at just that one word before making the bigger point of coming together and not complaining. Considering that White is at a place late in her life that she doesn't care who thinks what of her and whether they agree with her, she's got nothing to lose. The same doesn't go for young stars who are destroying their industry one anti-Trump comment at a time, and don't realize it or care. The proof is in the statistics below, and they can only blame themselves. People just haven't been going to the movies this summer. At least, that's what the numbers are telling us. According to ComScore, via THR, both box office revenue and ticket sales declined this summer, hitting record lows. Pace magazine reports, revenue is down nearly 16% this year, lower than the 14.6% decline in 2014. As the summer of 2017 wraps up, it will end up as the first summer since 2006 to not make $4 billion in the box office. Additionally, ticket sales have reached a 25-year low. It's time for stars to stop abusing their massive platforms for trashing the president and pushing an agenda. White, at her age, should realize that and set a better example for young stars. Instead, she followed their lead and jumped on that bandwagon that's set to crash and burn their industry to the ground.